I usually do not have anything scripted, so whatever you hear from me, it's going to be the energy that comes from there. And then again, they don't have time, so please time me and tell me. I'll just zip up and leave. So the topic that I have today is how art connects us with each other and our humanity. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You know, what God did was, He was in a really creative mood. And He took all the love that He had, every ounce of it from everywhere, and He put it together and made Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then He fell in love with Him and made the universe. And that's how art was created. So the topic that's been given to me, it's got three parts. There's art, there's communication, and the third one is humanity. To me, art, I never went to an art school. So every time someone asks me, are you an artist? When I became one art, when I got known as an artist. So I did not know. I never went to an art school, though. I had no clue. I thought, these artists must have, they can see visions. And it's true. I do. And everyone else does also. Art is basically communication. It's communication. It's talking to each other, communicating an event, an emotion, and documenting it. We have various ways of documenting things, an emotion basically. Some do it with a photograph, some do it with narration, some do it with voice, some do it with sound, some do it with paint, some do it with canvas. And it is all about how you present it in a beautiful way so it's understood, relatively easily to the masses and everyone else. Ke paigam pahunch jaye. This is what I feel. And every single person is an artist. If God who made us is an artist, then each one of us, there's an artist in each one of us. कोई painting बनाता है, कोई कपड़े बनाता है, कोई बाल बनाता है, कोई कुछ बनाता है, कोई पागल बनाता है. For all this, you need creativity. It's a story. And the communication is art. The second thing we come on to is communication. हमारा मकसद हयात यही है. God had enough places, enough planets that He'd put me on Mars and each one on a different planet. No, He put us on this one small, round Earth. Why? So that we interact, so that we communicate. And that was the purpose. Communicating in a way that people would understand, appreciate, make better human beings, make humans. So however you communicate, make sure it's in a way that people understand. Because, remember Mansoor, Hazrat Mansoor. They killed him because he said, Anal Haq. Anal Haq. He was right. He said, if God is inside of me, then I am also Haq. And everyone at the time knew that he was right. But still, he was killed. He was martyred. Very beautifully, a shair said, कि है अनल हक हक, है अनल हक हक, पर कहनी न थी, यार की महफिल से बाहर, यार की महफिल की बात. To understand that sometime, वो कह उठा कि मैं हूं, मैं कह उठा कि तू है. So understand that it is how you present your emotion to the other that the others would react to it. And lastly, it's humanity. We've been Ashraful Makhlukat, the king of the kingdom. You're not slaves. I remember as a child I was told, Abdul, hum khuda ke ghulam hain. I actually don't believe in that. गुलाम की कोई कहानी नहीं लिखता, बादशाह की कहानी लिखते हैं. Stories are written of kings. And God as the ultimate king, He wrote my story and everyone else who's sitting here, and the ones who will come and the ones who've gone. All these stories. So, what makes us human? What makes us human is we understand what our power is, and people need to benefit from it. Period. And humanity. What actually is humanity? It's communication or connecting with love. Our purpose in life. We built and cut for that. And that is the reason we're here. So art, connectivity, and humanity. And we get inspiration. All this inspiration comes from nature. Where else does it come from? We go away from ourselves. So first of all, to connect, we need to connect with ourselves first. You know, the human mind is an amazing tool. It's an amazing computer. But it'll give you answers only what's fed to it. So whatever your environment is, you'd be conditioned to think in a certain way. But this cavity right here is the cavity of feelings. The heart beats. And the heart has its own mind. It has its own neurons. Science explains it. We've heard brain dead and people coming back. Have you heard heart dead and people coming back? Maybe one or two cases. Heart dead, lights off, it's over, time over. The brain keeps on telling the heart, die, stop. It says no. What we've done is we stopped feeling and we started thinking so much. And art, it's not a different subject, like psychology is not a different subject, it's part of human. Look at you, how beautifully you've been made. Every time you look in the mirror and you see someone not as beautiful, or you do not see someone the most beautiful person on the face of the planet, remember my words, you're looking at with someone else's eyes, not yours. I'm an artist. You tell me to create an artwork that's mediocre, that's weak, and very proudly sign my name on it, I would not do it. So each one of you, been created by the Master himself. You think you've been created a little lesser than the other? And stop using these words, disabilities. There's no disabilities. It is the disability to understand what that purpose of that person is. Nobody's disabled. You're not man-made, you're not hand-made, you're God-made. How can you be disabled? Stop using these words. These words have made us weak. And do not take art as a separate subject. It is presentation. It is packaging. It is communicating with love. And that's the purpose. That's the purpose we've made. That's the purpose we've been in this earth. And how you will connect with others is once you need to connect with yourself. We've been away from ourselves for too long. You know, we always want to be happy. Happiness is a season. It comes and it goes. Such as sadness, such as vigor, such as other things. So we do the entire opposite. When happiness comes on to us, we freak out. We want to hold it. We want to secure it. We want it to stay. We don't enjoy it. We do not be happy. You know, we get upset. So we don't enjoy our happiness. When sadness comes on to us, we wipe our tears and we grow our mustache. Remember, water always finds its ways. Tears and sweat needs to flow. You stop it, it'll create problems. Same as we have to be afraid. When we do something shameful, we should be afraid. It is a natural phenomena. Every time we go against nature, you cannot win. You will always lose. And every time we're supposed to be ashamed or supposed to be afraid, again we grow a big mustache and we say, no, hum to khud drone hain, hame kyun dar lage? And then at the end, when we're supposed to be confident and brave, we chicken out. So everything what the inside is telling you, the outside is doing the entirely opposite. Art connects you like any other subject. It is necessary. It is part of you. Look how beautifully you've been made, and that should be inspiration enough. Should I conclude now? I think the time is up. Thank you so much for your time, and Pakistan Zindabad. Khuda Hafiz.